Okay, so I guess totally settled for it. We're gonna share screen over, sharing, and set up this here, and we're ready to go. And see, so now we have on the list Octagon S E5. We have Riley versus Nathan. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, we have it seems to me this is a Sicilian defense with a C3 Alapin variation, D5. This is a very common position. Usually queen takes and now D4. And I guess this position from the Alapin is a very interesting option. White gets enough piece activity in this type of positions. There are a few different ways to play from here, and from this position. So there is, you know, you can get a position from isolated type pawn. The game seems so much interesting. Knight c6, knight f3, knight bishop g4. This has been played. Bishop e2 is usually main move. Let me see if I could get my Lee chess board, and actually gonna send out, and I'm gonna try to go here. So this is a very interesting position. What they have is, it has happened a few times, and this is one of the main moves, d5. In this position, besides d5, a play knight f6 by pushes, and g4 takes knight 3, and sometimes takes, and all this has been played a few times. It's interesting. One in the game, very interesting, has been played. Another out of the game, what happened is they might have some little tiny tricks with this move. Queen takes, d4, knight c6, knight f3, pawn takes, g4, bishop b2, and to check over here because you can't literally win pawn. Takes and queen takes, and then it's check. Again, it's in check, and when you take d4. So this is something that happened in the game already. So I going all over it, but interesting to see this variation. So let's see how they can keep going. This game was pretty much interesting. This will happen. Nice. Yeah. Very interesting position. The point of view, White has a lot of plenty of activity. He has a isolated pawn. Of course, this type of games, but we like to have some piece activity on the king side. This position we have in front right now. White has bishop pairs in the position, and well, that's an extra pawn material from here. So I'd probably rather definitely be, I mean, but White has extra, has a double pawn here in the position. So we could definitely, let's see now another one of our games that we have left. We have now, this game is This game we have Hunter Crew versus Benjamin Alengara. And yeah, I mean, it seems to me, yeah, the Benjamin is definitely winning in probably this game. I mean, it seems that he has extra piece. So, just a little bit be careful on the position, how to handle it, of course. And seems pretty much. Let's see the open that they choose. What's the Scandinavian? Oh, I see 3, G4, knight f3, knight f6. This is all being played. I'm not pretty sure about this bishop f4 move. I think bishop c4 has been played a few times in this position. So yeah, interesting games so far. But I don't know, at some point he was a piece and the game out. Scandinavian is very solid defense. It's highly recommended by a lot of coaches. Sometimes just boil a little bit out of theory, and the kids they get to play a very solid game, and understanding will prevail more than just knowing an opening. So yeah, let's just see now for here we have Octagon, we have Sir Wood in this game. Oh wait, this game is Spencer Wood versus Jude Sand. Jude gets 59. Look at that. They are, Jude is 1653 and Spencer Wood is 1796. We see this game, this position, and what, let me see, up to here, we could, oh, so this was a pan of variation, again, IQ type of position, but white is usually not his activity. Yeah, this is a very normal sort of situation. I don't know, usually like they play this variation, but now, yeah, white play d5, which makes him take some space in position, and then after bishop takes f3, and now castle. Yeah, so will be very interesting. This is going to be a sharp game because as you can see, we can probably say that both kings are not very safe, and although black has like a little bit of better pawn structure, but white has the 2 bishops as a compensation for the game. This is very interesting game actually to watch out over, and of course, let's just see the follow up from the kids and how they're going to follow with the move. Let's see who we have here. And we have now Aston Roberts, the black pieces, and versus Noah Gelston from Lower Lap. Noah at 1647. Aston is 1761. So Sahi. Yeah, very strong, very strong. This position, it seems to me that for sure, yeah, the white king is in big trouble. King is in the middle of the board, and or something. I'm wondering something happened in the opening by the time we have here. So let's see, go back to big times. We have Hema, Vigas, and from Mariman to 1600, 1630 versus Julia Misaka from Dalton. Dalton has an amazing story when it comes to chess. If you really can see, you talk about how chess is played, and one of the main schools that works a lot in chess from New York City is definitely Dalton. Have very strong players over there. And I guess this is just a very, very so now what was this? It was an English attack at the Sicilian, yeah. This is usually happens a lot. This is a Knight of Variation, very famous by Bobby Fischer. Bishop e3, e5, knight b3. So yes, this is a very interesting position from the Sicilian, very typical. Usually black gets a little bit way good control of the center, but it has this backward pawn and um square on d5 could sometimes become an outpost, not all the time. Black has plenty of pieces to protect it with the bishop, the knight. And then now after bishop e6, f3, bishop e7, queen d2, castles, castles, queen c8, g4, and after this g4 is trying to take some space advantage on the king side. Yeah. Let me see if or how we're doing. And right now, we have, okay. I'm gonna check the rating, the list from the players. And let's see how it goes. Now I'm checking right now the oh. Okay. So now let's see if I have from here. From the game, yeah, so this is actually what we see from watching over here. So um right now in this position as so right now for these positions, as we can see, we can see that he's actually trying over here with the H file, very, very much. For some reason, let me see if I can see who's in here. Not able. Hello. From here, so what we can see is that we have the open file over here, and this queen is doing great. So I guess that black must be very careful in this position because it's opposite side castle. When you have these positions, usually black will try to attack on the queen side. You have the open C file over here, and the rook is coming. And then that could be a way for you to get a counterplay. But I don't like the fact that right now black has a little situation when it comes to developing the he has a problem with development. So this position definitely could be something. Let's see how it goes from this game over here. Back to let's see, last one here. What do we have? Quite see the players, who they are. Okay, from the players we have over here, I'm checking right away because I have my list with the players since they're using. So we have in this game, we have Rian Juvari with the black pieces versus Sophia Dewan, Rian from PS59, and Sophia goes to Trinity. The rating is Sophia's rating is 1498 and Rian's rating is 1417. So it seems a pretty much even match up. For what I see over on this position is pretty much, I'll probably say might be a little bit equal. Black has, white has the bishop here. I don't know, they play f6 in this move, and It's a Caro-Can where they play the exchange variation. Although I'm not totally sure on this position. Like queen b6, this trading, and then just put the pawns like this. But then the fact that maybe the pawn sometimes want to be a6, b5 is usually the minority attack is usually the main plan in this position. So knight bd2, knight f3, queen b3. And yeah, maybe knight takes g3 will have been a decent choice. Just pick up the bishop and maybe you're later on where to put the rook. The problem with this position, what I don't like is the fact that maybe now these ideas from b5 are a little loose. They're not happening anymore anytime soon. So after f6, it goes from here. So here, let me see. Another game. So this one is a perk. And we have in this, I know we have Darren Reese versus Caitlin Liao. Oh, so yeah, Darren is rating is 1499, 1500. He has been definitely over there. Height, and Caitlin is from PS41. Yeah, no Caitlin too. Right now, yeah. So this is a perk defense. A little bit interesting position from here. These are very good players. I know them very well. Caitlin went to our chess camp during whole summer, and she always comes to our chess camps. And Darren, yes, of course, all the time, big time player from PS59 on the game. So now let's see how we are going to see. Let's go for the. Still have this. Oh, still this very interesting game still going on between Riley and Nathan, where White has the bishop here, but maybe this versus this black has a little bit of better pawn structure because of the isolated pawn on d4. Very interesting game. This is going to be a long game for sure. Both players are taking their time, and I can really like. I mean, about this position, and this is for choices. Maybe we can see how White is putting a lot of pressure on the games and all the position ones, like a little bit. Let's see now from now. Let's see. So this was such an interesting game. This is the Caro-Can that we saw that it was played with Jude versus Spencer Wood. So Spencer Wood is white, Jude's being black pieces. Spencer Wood goes to Avenues, very tough opponent, with a rating of 1796. They got here. Remember, I kind of literally did mention that in this position for sure. After this, both can it's a way a lot of concern. Now, what matters that I see out of this position is that black must be probably definitely well, black just won a piece. I mean, white won a piece. out of here, it seems it blundered like a piece. Yeah. And then, whoa. Yeah. Okay. I guess I could say that, yeah, from here, yeah, it's a piece down with the two bishops. But this game was going to be, I don't know, something happened over here with the blunder of the piece. But the truth is that this was going to be a very interesting game. I could definitely say, yeah, and this was the problem. The problem is that if you play knight e5, now you fall for bishop e5. I know there's a very typical Bobby Fischer game that he faced this variation against Matt Sealy. But that's the key of the position. This d5 move is usually not, you shouldn't allow this move, d5 move to happen. And yeah, this becomes a problem. Okay, let's see now, go to our other Nets game. And coach is also getting his same. And we have, again, Hema Vikas versus Julia Misaka from Dalton. Like I mentioned before, this was the game that I got cut off a little bit because it seems very interesting and sharp right now. Opposite castle in this position, we see that both kings have an open file in front of them. I will probably say that the h file is a little bit way much more dangerous right now at this moment. Black has a little bit of a situation when it comes for development, and there he goes. Piece sacrifice over here, rook h7, trying to expose the king. Waiting for white's move. Bet who wants to guess the move over here. And rook h1. So now it seems that there is only one move in the position, which is knight h5. No other move is legal. And let's see how white plans to have a repli out of this. So white is taking a little bit of a time. Very interesting game position from over here. This is I like sharp games sometimes. I mean, I'm a more strategically player, but I love when you see kids playing, they're like computers. They make so much puzzles and they work so hard that, like I always tell to coaches, once you play an older player, this could be a situation for sure. How to follow up? Big decision for white in this game. Very sharp, totally interesting. Let's go into another game just to see. It seems the normal, like I will be calculating, but I don't see nothing clear right now. Out of the game. Let's go to already round 1 out of 3. I have here basically on screen right now and we have the list of the players, and I'm watching the list of the players, and this is just amazing. We have players from all over the schools of New York. We have Wagner, Avenues. Sahi is, I don't remember well what's the initials. We got Dalton, we got Wagner, PS59, Lower Lab, Merriman, PS59, Trinity, PS41, Scarsdale, PS49. We had Churchill, PS139, East Chester Middle School, Avenues, Collegiate, and Anderson School. Very good. And the players over here are so strong. We have Kyle Lackman that goes to Wagner. Used to go to PS59 for sure. And with a rating of 1972, almost 2000. We got Spencer Wolf, 1796, Aston Roberts, 1761, Julia Misaka, 1746. We have Caleb Lackman, who's Kyle's brother, also 1725, amazing kids. We got Jude, 1653, Noah Gelston, Lower Lab, 1647. These are all schools that have such a strong players all over it that it's actually a amazing. It's definitely amazing. Welcome to all of you guys coming over here to have the quads and to place into a big league. Such an important, this tournament has become so traditional for players of New York City that, hey, we keep it going. Now online, still have the strongest players ever playing online from New York in a very close matchup. Beautiful. We have, I mean, like, we have also, Kian is also playing too on chess. So we have, let me see, over 16, let me see, over 1,500. We have more than right now, and this is definitely a smaller class. We have more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but 10 players over 1,500. And between 1,400, we have like 1, 2, 3, between 1,400 to 1,500, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. It's like 17 to 20 players over 1,400 in this quads tournament. Kyle is just like what, 25 points away from it. Amazing, very good. This is just beautiful. I love to see it. Even tournament actually yesterday was such a strong tournament. Let me see now. Back into the games. Let me see if I could actually. Let me see if I can come here so we can see the players that we have. So here they are. Kyle Lackman, Spencer Wood, Aston Roberts, Julia Misaka, Kayla Leffman with the ratings. Guys, you can see all over here this rating. This is a beautiful to see all these strong players over here from New York. And with us. Now we're going back to here. And let's go to see our main game. And we can see that Riley is on deck. Position, it's still pretty much maybe equal, maybe it depends on, very complicated policy. It's not so easy, I guess. Put the rook on DA or something, and then the game keeps going. Okay, from the game. Let's see how it goes from here. The pass pawn is, yep, he has a pass pawn. It would be to think. Yeah, interesting. Let's see. This is going to be a long game for sure. This is in the Swiss. Now we go quiet. And we have the position that we were definitely looking. The Sharpie one. Let's see. Interesting sharp position. Let's see, Queen C7. Well, it's still thinking about the decision. It should go with the right move. He played Queen to E6. The move was here. Sometimes defense is so difficult to do after Queen E6. And yeah, is there any big threats? Probably, I guess. Yeah, I can tell. Okay, let me see. This is a very sharp. I like this position a lot because sharpie, sharpie, sharpie. Let's see. This last game. This is my friend Rian playing from PS59. Playing Jonathan Nalengora. Oh no, I'm sorry, made a mistake. Yes, Rian is playing. Yeah, Rian is playing Sophia 2-1. Yep. This was the Caro-Can that we saw that I mentioned before about the B5, which I wasn't pretty sure about playing and pushing the pawn on B5 because sometimes in these pawn structures you do want to attack with the pawns on the queen side, and then now white is controlling this square on B5, and it's a little bit, yeah. So let's actually see how we go. So white is up 2 pawns in this game. So yeah. Means that, let's see if white, we could probably say if white's able literally to convert out of this Caro-Can. Like I mentioned before, this pawn on A5 is, it's not the typical. What black wants to have the pawn on A6 and then try to push for B5, not in this position, but early in the opening. And then for some reason, yeah, under like the pawn and everything, yeah. Caro-Can is a very solid defense. It's definitely possible to do from here. So yeah. Guys, this is one of the tops that we're doing. Let's see how it goes from here. I want to see if I'm able to see the next round. Let's see. What do we have in this position? This, oh, perk line. Oh, it advanced pretty quick between Darren Reese and Caitlin. Darren Reese is black, Caitlin is white. We got into this position where it's 2 pieces for a rook, which is make it very pretty unbalanced material. Although we can say that black has these two um, disconnected pawns that, you know, it gives him some compensation out of it. Most of the time, we want to prefer the two pieces, right? Because there might be and then a pawn, but it just depends on the position and the situation where you are. We could probably say also the black king's a little bit active, but it seems white. It seems like white is blockading on e4. It has a good square over here for the pieces to try to see if they can block the pawns. That's like a plan. Yeah. So from here, um, let's see. Here comes the game. Let's go. The starter. Yep, this game still keep going. So far from now, white has a pause pawn in the game. So trying to see if we can convert. It seems black's probably on time, I guess. I mean, if to push, because that's the thing. Sometimes one of the things that we usually see in chess is that double pawns are not so great when it comes to pushing your double pawns and being aggressive. Like the double pawns in this situation, it can easily create a pause pawn in the position. So that's how it goes. Let's see. Okay, so let's go back. This is so the position that, let me see. So after queen e6, see if we can refresh a little bit here. Okay, so how did it happen? I want to see how they got here, and then knight c6, rook h5. Whoa, tactic. And the game kept going. Wow, that was seems like a very, very tough game over there. Let's see. I think that keep games going. So now this game, we have Julia versus Spencer Wood. I mean, Spencer Wood is white, Julia is black. Julia Misaki is black. She's from Dalton. Spencer Wood goes to Avenues. See him, I know the kid. Strong players. We have a King's Gambit accepted. Whoa, look at this. I haven't seen, oh my goodness, this is, I'm even get myself excited about it because I haven't been able to see these positions before. Let me see. Okay. Oh. Let me go back. G5. So guys, this is a very, very, very old variation of the King's Gambit. Like knight f3, it's usually the way it's done. Usually the way, like Coach Aaron says, to protect the windy over here from h4, f3, but the bishop c4 goes very back in the days, all the way from the romantic story out of chess. And the thing is that white does sacrifice his pawn and starts looking towards the f7 pawn. And this is basically what they're trying. This just goes over there and yeah. Idea knight f3, d4 just controls the center. But black says, hey, I play g5 and I'm going to hold up to this pawn. So it's not really happening. Let's see how it goes from here. And let's see. Actually, wait. And now we have this. We have Aston Roberts versus Kyle Langman. The Sicilian was played. And again, a c3 Sicilian, which is Alapin's variation against the Queen's. White gets a isolated pawn in exchange of piece activity. As you guys see, the black wing kind of develop a little bit early, so that means that maybe white can win a few tempos with it because of the queen early development. And yeah, I mean, this is a game where white seeks for a lot of piece activity in the game. So this is what you want to see. This is how all these kids, I'm so surprised how the kids plays it up into this level from this tournament. They have very good knowledge out of their openings or practicing. They're just way getting better. There's a way to see that. How is it going up to here in New York and how the level of the kids are displaying these times is amazing. Let's see now, and we go for, and we have, let me see, we have, okay, so the game hasn't started yet. Oh, okay, let's go back. Something happened over here. Let's see. Okay, so now we have Noah Gelston, black pieces, versus Hema Vaikas in this game. King's Indian attack. This position is usually, this is very typical position out of the opening. White most likely in this opening try to seek some sort of attack on the king side. Black looks for counterplay on the queen side. A good thing about the king's Indian attack is that you can play this position almost against anything that black plays. So it's a very typical opening, and all these moves that white it's doing, they're very typical, very normal, pretty standard out of the opening. Anybody who plays this position will do this move the first few moves without not even thinking. Black is also similar. A little bit more, black is a little bit actually more flexible with the choices of that he can have, but it's still very, 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 very sharp and interesting. It's like b5, b4, plays the game stage 4. It's a typical position. I have never been too much of a big fan, but I know Bobby Fischer used to play this position with the white pieces, and he got himself a lot of cool winning, a cool winning situation over here, over the game for sure, because of the king side and everything. So this is actually a very interesting one. Okay, Let's see now if we, oh, I'm sorry, I'm back. Okay, let's see. Here now we are, and we still have going on the game with Rian. It's a 2-pawn down, and oh, it just on a piece, which will probably allows white to convert here. Action life, guys. These are tough players. You have to know this is not no joke. This is, I love actually the name that has it. This is the Octagon, live from the Octagon, because the kids are like amazingly strong. This is right action. It's not even as a coach, you come, you analyze the games, and even we as a coach, we can see very interesting games going on over here. So this is actually a very important to see. I mean, that this is why this tournament is so famous, because such a strong players all the time playing it. It's a good hard league, and every player, I will probably say that, and definitely bet every player in New York City that has become such a monster player has come to play quads, and it's rewarding to see it, and I feel so good and so happy to see how the kids are involved over here, especially in these days now. I think that by the time we're going to be done with all these things about the coronavirus, I will probably say that I don't think older adults will be able to play as kids, because they're doing such a great job and such a great effort now these days with the pulses and playing chess constantly, that that reason for them to stay home, if they're really working on it, it's going to be a massive explosion. We can literally see that there is a lot of people actually involved into chess these days. Even if you're not a regular, normal, common player for chess, there are people over there working and becoming more likely to do it. Let's see if this is the end game. Coming back to this. Yeah, so this is the end game with Caitlin that we discussed. And Mr. Reese, Darren Reese from PS59, PS31. Yeah, with the two pieces, I guess, then 94 and then now F5. And yeah, they got into this position. So now she gave up the piece for two of the central pawns. Could this be a draw? It's, let's see. I think I'm under. All I can say is I think I could probably definitely say that black is in control. So he's up in exchange, a rook versus a bishop, where rooks will be definitely a little bit stronger. And yeah, so this is already. Let's go after, let's see, how's it going? And okay, they started, boom, Swiss is up. And we have Jonathan Nalangara with the white pieces versus Alexander Chan. Both players is let me see, Jonathan's rating is 1376 and Alexander Chan is 1241. Pretty much even on this game. Let's see, E4 was played. No further moves in the opening. In this one, Benjamin, his brother, playing with the black pieces also, versus Nathan Payton, PS41. Let's see. So we have E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6. What would it be? Would this be what? Oh, a 4 knight. or 3 knights so far. The Black Prince. Okay, so no more 4 knight. I have actually encouraged a lot of my kids to play this 4 knight openings. This is very simple to get, not so difficult. And all you need to do is just literally develop some pieces. Oops, knight takes e5. Oh, this is the famous center 4 trick. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so now he gets the piece back. That's what I'm saying. So I watched the kids. This is very important. So we have, I'm watching the lays over here now from all the players and the Swiss. And the Swiss is really strong. We have now over here in this game is the Ada with the back pieces versus Adam Pellis with the white from Anderson School. They already play Alekin's variations. This was my defense when I was a kid. I used to play this with the black pieces most of the time, and very, very, very interesting. And it's good to play for a win sometimes. It gives you so much unbalanced position from the game. Okay. Let me see. This is the opening. I check on it already. So this is Ida. We have, so yes, from here, what I'm watching is that from the suite, so we have 1380, 1376, Nathan Payton's 1380, Jonathan Leonard 1376, Benjamin Allen got 1249. They're both brothers, very close rating. Alexander Chan 1241, Riley 1219, Ida 1217, 1215, 1244. Yeah, this is very good. Let's see how we go from over here. And we have this position. I've seen this position before for sure. Yeah, then to, yeah, I actually tell the kids all the time about this position. So yeah, this is Kinla with the black pieces and Kian. That's for sure why. I'm sorry to say, guys, but yeah, he will play this because my students. So for sure. Um, Okay, so again, let's go back here. Okay, so Kian said earlier, this is very typical. Bishop g5. Oh, wait, what was the move here? So in the game, then yeah, here maybe e5 could be played, I guess. But I mean, yeah, this position, white has the 2 bishops and black has double pawns, but I guess I am here. Let's see. Okay, let's go back. Swiss, let's go up. And we have this position, wait. With the King's Gambit, which is the position that I literally love to see, Spencer Wood versus Julia Mesaka. So wow, they went sharp over here. Yeah, the white is making all these typical moves. I think this 96 is the first time I see it, but it seems very interesting. I mean, it's supporting the F4 pawn, so this seems nice. Let's see. I mean, for knight g6, knight f3. So actually, everything seems very fine. So far so cool. So let's see this other game. For now, this position we have a 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 5. Black has a little bit of a better pawn structure in this position, and for sure we can probably say like a safer king because of the pawn on e3 and g3. I mean the pawn on e3. There's some outposts on g3. White has 3 pawn island. That's a very relevant thing. Although position has opposite colored bishops, but black seems solid. This position seems very solid, and well, it depends who organizes better. This game we have into the track. We have Kyle Lackman with the black pieces. We have Aston Roberts with the white pieces. I know Kyle for a long time. This was again, I mentioned an Alpine variation. Very active choice by white, where the white pieces usually get an IQP, isolated queen pawn, but he usually gets enough piece activity. I mean, right now he's trying to search for some activity on the F file, and yeah, this seems like somewhere around over there. Wow, such a strong player. Kyle Lackman, 1972. Whoa. What do you say when you see a kid that has a 19 to 2000 rating? Oh my goodness. This usually used to be so different back in the days, and for this to happen, it didn't usually happen like that. It was just, these days are monsters. We have monsters. Quads has always been known by having monsters. Strong players for sure. Let's see. Get on this one, and we're gonna see, we're gonna get, and now in this one we have Jude with the white pieces versus Kyle's brother, Caleb Langman. Let me tell you something. So this is how sometimes a program works. I mean, back a couple years ago, Caleb and Kyle were basically the leaders from PS59. They were such a strong players, but thanks to them, that they are such a strong players, we had the chance, the opportunity to help. I mean, not like really, but like once you build up and you have a tradition for a school to play good chess, then you keep having a strong player. So now we're watching a past generation 59 generation versus a new one, because we have in this game Caleb Langman versus Drew Kazan, who also goes to PS59, and Caleb and Kyle, they used to go over there. Now they go to Wagner, but now we can see there this good matchup. Good matchup. I have amazingly. So we have this um, London system, which we all Jude very famous by playing it very well. This opening the London system has been played by stronger players. United States chess champion Gata Kamskin used to employ it most of the time, but it doesn't only goes for US. Also, world champion Magnus Carlsen has employed this London system. It's a very little bit White is not being very aggressive in the center, but he has the bishop going and easy development. The bishop goes into the diagonal. It has the bishop in d3, controlling the e4 square. Knight can come to e5 and castle. The position side back could develop his knights. Both choices, knight c6, knight d7. They're all possible moves. Very interesting game. So far it's the opening. There's nothing sharp happening in this game so far. So let's see our last choice, and we have Noah Gilston versus Hema Vickers versus Noah Gilston. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing Hema's name the right way, but yeah, I know Noah. So this was actually the that King's Indian attack position that we discussed before. It was over here. Yeah, they played these positions and up to here, yes, white goes like we mentioned, knight f4, bishop f4, queen e3, and now they play this bishop g5, trying to trade the dot square bishop, defense for black, and now white, like always as usual, he will try to deliver a checkmate attack on white. I mean on black. So knight f6 happened, and now what's white is gonna follow this one. Knight to c8, kind of winning this change. Okay, so let's see. Interesting game. Okay, let's go now for the whoa, my goodness. This has been a long game, still Rian's game. I know it was like but seems like a long battle. Is it holding up? Well, to figure out. Okay, let's go back to the Swiss. This is Italian opening. Italian opening. Jonathan Allengra versus Alexander Chan. Beautiful Italian game opening. Nice. Italian is becoming so popular these days. We can probably say that Spanish has been the most famous opening ever, but in the last few years, 4 or 5 years, Italian has been raising up a lot in their popularity. I guess that this is maybe because of computers and up to these days, because we can probably say that the Spanish opening was a little bit fortunate in certain positions, but Italian is so much about move orders and quiet moves that it's becoming a high level. Top players from all the way around the world are definitely choosing it, and they're feeling very like they're more willing to play it. I mean, as much as is, let's just put it. I'm not going to over exaggerate. Let's say that it's becoming as popular as the Spanish Open is. So they're both right now, at least when it comes for chess, it's pretty much even. So this is how it's becoming. Interesting, guys. Quads. Because the strongest tournament probably in New York City. It's being held most every Saturday. I'm highly advised as a coach, and any other experienced players will definitely say that quads is one of the most helpful tournaments that you can ever actually play. I am 100% feel to recommend it. And right now, with with the chance to get your games analyzed, the games goes online and everything, you can definitely improve. Okay, so we have Nathan Payton versus Benjamin Allengra. Pretty equal game, 4 nights. I think this one happened with the center four trick, yes. It happens sometimes. You play here, knight takes e5. There are a few options over here, knight takes e5 and then d4. I don't like bishop f2 because if you play bishop f2 in this position, like if you play bishop f2, king takes f2, and then white will get control of the center by playing d4 later. You may say that the king looks exposed, but guess what? I'm going to castle by hand, and I will definitely say that if you have no pieces or you haven't developed your pieces yet, it's very unlikely that you're going to have a chance to attack my king. So the games could just literally just get out and go out and play. See, working game. Whoa, this game. Oh, 31 move really quick. This went to an end game really quick. Was this a French? No, this was the Aliakin defense. Yeah. This variations with the, oh, well, I think over here you need to choose to, like, once you play queen to f3, you're not going to be wasting too many tempos, like queen to f3, then e6, and then I'm not sure maybe this is played, but I thought that taking with the d pawn was the appropriate thing to do because you open the bishop and you were opening the bishop and you open the bishop. And here you want to, instead of taking with the queen, you want to take with the d pawn. You open the bishop, get the d file going on, and then you're able to castle in king side, queen side, and then the pawn on c3 will bring some extra protection to the castle from the king. I mean, this is like how it's making sense from here. So let's see. Ooh, this endgame, which was from this opening. Oh, this is Kian's game. Yeah, I was promoting Kian Juvari. Yeah, this is a very simple opening. I highly advise it too to play for the kids. You develop the pieces, and this is very nice. Guys, ICN helping to keep ourselves as a community and helping chess to stay alive by playing tournaments online and doing our best to bring great quality some chess lessons for the kids, helping them to integrate. We all know that chess is one of the most important tools that can literally help us to make progress, to be to get way better when it comes to school and all that. So yes. Yeah. So I won. Ladder check may happen in this game. Okay, so I know this was we did it today a little bit as a as an introduction, I heard that I'm not 100% sure who's going to be making most likely most of the time the comments. I was very pleased to have the chance and the opportunity to make a little bit of intro to some of the games and discuss and make sure that you guys see how quads will be transmitted. Um, it is actually great to have the chance and the opportunity to be met with the kids. Uh, I think that it's becoming so much likely to people to be playing chess all the way around. People are playing it, and it's becoming highly popular. I advise highly to play to go for quads because quads is one of the most famous tournaments and in New York. And they're such a strong players. When you see the list of the players, like I have them here, um, it's definitely advisable to very advised to do it. We can see how we have um, players like Kyle Lackman with 1972, Spencer Wood 1796, Aston Roberts 1761, Julian Misaka 1746, Kayla Lackman, and Jude Kestan. Everybody's over here, and we have all these different type of schools definitely visiting us to for a play. Um, yeah, so just beautiful, and let's see how we can keep up with the quads in these days and with the tournament. And since we did it just for today for the first time, we'll be willing to start doing it more likely stronger broadcasts for tournament later on and to become up to it. Uh, welcome and very happy to have the chance, the opportunity to go over some of the games. I try not to since going a little bit live. I try not to speak about specifically moves. Just talk about a little bit of the variations and some possible ideas and knowledge out of the um, openness and defense. I don't want to disclose any move at the position, but I hope this was a good guidance, and I hope you guys love it and like it. And more like and what I actually advise more is that just come to quads, play the tournament. It has been very traditional for the last 7 8 years. One of the strongest tournaments be done over here in New York, so it is a great idea for us to work at. In and out. I hope to see you during the week. I'm highly advising everybody try to play the tournaments on chess kids. I am definitely saying that I will go over some of the games and review the games that we play during the week so we can learn something out of it. Okay, so see you around, guys, and have a good luck. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.